Come with me to a day in the life as a CellNet intern. I get dressed in my business casual, pack my bag, and head out the door. I'm in University District, so I hop onto the light rail and ride it to the Pioneer Square stop. Quick walk to the office, key in, and we walk into our lovely building. It's a co-working space, so there's a lot of other companies that work out of this building. It was an old banking building from the 1900s, so super gorgeous place to work out from. We started off the day with some conceptual mapping on the whiteboard just to make sure that we all understand the technologies that are being sold. We use LLM Notebook, which you can see here, which is an awesome AI tool to help understand conceptually some ideas. So here I'm researching the different types of data center facilities. I've used this for many hours a day, which is super helpful for learning all the confusing technologies that we sell. And then here is just a diagram of one of our teams. Then spent some time developing my X account for some prospecting work. So made a few posts, followed a few accounts that I thought would be helpful in boosting my account for various algorithms. Then just searching keywords like this and making sure that I am prospecting to the best of my abilities and picking up on any potential signals, going through all of these keywords and trying to find any recent posts of people that are looking to buy any nodes of GPU. So this is how I found the best success in my prospecting journey. And then here are just some of the examples of replies that I've made in the recent days of people who signal that they need this technology. I respond to them and then also follow up with them on LinkedIn as well. So here I'm looking at the impressions that each of my replies got just to see. Next, I'm going through my LinkedIn DMs. And here is when I got my first agree to book a meeting, which is super exciting. It took a long time, but finally got there. And then going to my emails, just checking up on my many responses and follow-ups that I've sent to these various people. We have an extension called Vireo, which we can see who has opened our message and at what time. So that's what I'm checking here. Here's Ben McPhee in a rare moment of silence. And then we ended the day with some Moto Pizza. And just to give a little more of a breakdown into the role and the job and what I did, my takeaways. My focus for the internship for CellNet was prospecting, cold outreach, and I specifically chose to focus on GPUs as a service, lead generation. So our company had a few focuses. I could have gone cybersecurity, utility, etc., but I really wanted to learn more about AI technology. So I figured selling it would allow me to learn more about it. So in the role specifically, I had to create my own prospect list and cold outreach strategies. So I would have to research companies and make sure that I'm reaching out to the decision makers specifically. I sent cold emails, LinkedIn messages, and later on figured out that Twitter or X was the most helpful in getting those cold leads. I, from start to finish, tested out different subject lines. Something we learned in one of the panels that we had in class was that doing re and then colon, found that increased my open rate, which is a good note to take forward with me. And then I just overall learned how the company's language works through sitting in on meetings and just hearing the founder's verbiage. I then made sure to copycat that into my outreaches. Okay. And then here's a little breakdown of from week 1 to week 8, what kind of went down. So from weeks 1 to 2 was a lot about learning the technology, which took a lot longer than expected. I thought I came in with some background knowledge, but that wasn't nearly enough. So like I did in the day in my life, going through the LLM notebook was super helpful and just making sure I took every opportunity to learn this technology and read up using AI to learn about AI. Week 3 and 4 was really focused on outreach and follow-ups. Follow-ups is the name of the game. And so I really focused on getting my good list of prospects and then just hounding them with follow-ups. Week 5 and 6 was seeing that I wasn't getting the best results. So I really made sure to test out my messaging and then also worked on handling some objections. And then week 7 to 8 is when I started to see not a lot, but a little bit of positive results. I think there will be a meeting booked within the week and just getting some successes, which is always good. And then just some challenges and lessons learned. Some of the challenges, like I mentioned, low response rates despite high email open rates. Learning a technical product while selling it, always a challenge. And just realizing a booked meeting is only the beginning. Since we're a technology brokerage, I found demand, but then we often couldn't find the supplier because it's not technically our product that we're selling. So that was a bit of a defeating moment when I realized, a lead that I brought in, we couldn't actually supply them what I told them that we could supply them. So the tech brokerage system just has its complexities. Also sourcing for GPUs, sourcing for nodes, specifically H10s, H100s, which is what most people demand, is very difficult. So not only do you have to sell it, but you have to find it, which is hard. And then some things that I weren't learned, persistence, gotta have it to be successful. Response is not always a yes, but it's progress. So that's worth celebrating in and of itself. And just overall, that technical sales requires both communication and product understanding. Some of my biggest takeaways, learned how the early sales process works and the repetition needing to see success. Saw the importance of clear, personalized messaging. Even though I got a few rejections from this, a lot of the rejections included that they appreciated the personalized response and that they wouldn't be responding if they weren't impressed by the amount of detail and research that went in. And realized for myself personally what I like and don't like about a sales role and how I can use that personal knowledge to propel my professional career. Some just like personal notes, gained confidence with communicating with professionals, learned that SDR work is valuable, but might not be an ideal long-term fit. But overall, I had a very positive experience with this practicum and walking away with a stronger understanding of sales technology and myself overall.